Welcome to Thousands of Roots. Here we go with part 2 on our garden tour, and some of you asked about Esther Pie. Well, she's in this part 2. We did the portion of our garden closest to the cabin in part 1, and for today we're going to do the portion that's kind of toward the back, more our little orchard area, and that's where Esther Pie's garden is. So here comes part 2 of our spring 2018 garden tour.
All right, now Esther Pie's garden section is on this end of the garden. Where's your bed, Esther Pie?
Right here.
What else we got growing on over here, honey? This is, what, like a third of our garden?
Here, what do we have, Esther? You want to tell us?
Sweet potatoes and I forgot what this was called.
Moringa.
Moringa?
Yeah.
And
So
there's
got
moringa
some
all around, all to right. This is where there's no more across anywhere in here.
Yep.
It goes all along to that.
So the moringa was a gift seed from our subscriber Jim, and it's our first time trying to grow it. We're hoping it'll be a perennial here if we just do a couple things with it in the fall to prepare it for winter, but it's hopefully going to be a really nice row of tall moringa plants along here. So we'll have lots of yummy greens, huh? We've never tried moringa. Do have a few good sweet taters coming along underneath our apple tree here. They get a lot of shade and they are getting some buggies eating them. But there's, I think, 4 of them or 5 down under this apple tree. We'll see how they do. I don't know if we're gonna have a sweet potato harvest like last year, but that's okay. We'll take whatever sweet taters we can get, huh?
Yeah.
Do you like sweet taters, Jay? All right, Esther wants to show us something in the Jerusalem artichoke jungle. Got Jerusalem artichoke all over the place. What'd you create over here, darling?
I just made this little wood thing.
You made that?
Yeah.
She made this raised bed all by herself with scrap wood and nails. And what'd you plant?
I planted tomatoes.
Yeah, 5 little volunteer tomatoes, and she even put the stakes in. That's awesome. High fives.
And also, I wasn't able to find another one of these metal stakes, so I just put a little wood piece in. A little wood stake.
Very smart. Good job, darling.
And I'm just seeing how they do it. It was just an experiment, but we'll see how it goes.
Sometimes experiments go great, huh?
And it looks like the tomatoes are doing good.
It does. Good job.
There was lots of worms in there.
Lots of worms in the soil.
They kept scooping up worms.
Fun thing that we're growing is a grape. And last year we got a teeny bit off of here. This year, potential is definitely there for some major grapes. So we're hopeful.
Some bad grapes. A tall grape.
You think we're going to get grapes this year, Critter?
Yeah.
Hey! 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 Hey!
We have a couple zucchini plants we tucked in that were given to us from some good friends. So thank you to the Nappers who gave us the zucchini plants here. We didn't know where to put them. We just kind of tucked them in on the edge here.
They are really doing well right here.
They also gave us some tomatoes and pepper plants, which is really great. And y'all already saw the raised bed over here where we tied up our potatoes. Okay, it is getting late and I've got a baby that needs to go down for nighttime. So we're gonna jam through this last part. Esther, you wanna do your bed real quick since you're here?
Yeah. Okay, Daddy.
What you got growing on, Esther Pie?
So right here, I have little red tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a tomato right there.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Need some chives.
Yep.
This is, what was that called? I can't remember.
Lamb's quarter?
Yeah, lamb's quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I do right here have a little watermelon.
Oh, a little watermelon.
A little one.
Okay.
is a marigold.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not plant that tomato. It came up. Here's columbine.
Mm-hmm.
Ground cherry. And more ground cherries in here.
A bunch of ground cherries, huh?
Here's some more columbine. I have comfrey back here. Back here. These flowers are going to last back here. I got to get up this comfrey. There's flowers.
Zinnias. She's got some zinnias buried. We need to cut your comfrey so the zinnias can peek up.
Get some sun.
Yeah. And here's more columbine back here. And I do have corn back there too. 2 corns. Get the corn right here.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting big. This is the corn and this is the corn. Let's see if I can get out of here.
And then she's got some hollyhock and some red crimson bee balm. Alright, Esther Pie also helps with this raised bed on the very back of the garden here. And so, got some more zinnias in here, some asparagus, a lot of randomness.
Zinnias. This is a pepper plant, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pepper. There's more asparagus. Nurse asparagus. Pepper plant, asparagus, no asparagus. No, asparagus, no asparagus. Is this basil?
Basil, yep. Alright, so this is our tomato bed that we've had many challenges with. It has flooded twice and it didn't really have a lot of compost on it, and now it's got, because of the flooding, it's got a bunch of wood chips that may have a little cedar and black walnut. So all the new varieties of tomatoes I planted in here got washed away. So we transplanted our volunteer cherry tomatoes, and we're trying a whole new technique for tying up the tomatoes. And this was one of our Patreon videos that we just did.
Staked it down. And so we're gonna spin the tomatoes around the string as the tomatoes grow up. Right?
Right. So hopefully that'll help with our blight situation here. We've also got chives and marigolds and cowpeas, a few carrots. Trying to get some calendula to come up in here. It's come up, but it's not growing very well. Alright, in this bed over here we've got chard, carrots, and daikon radishes.
So this is the rabbit bed.
Rabbit bed. Alright, and then the last 3 beds that we have here in a row here are mostly corn and squash or cucumber. So we've got 6 varieties of winter squash intermixed with nasturtiums and corn.
What's this?
And these are all volunteer sunflowers
Uh-huh.
that came up in the composted horse manure that we put down.
And raspberry, black-cap raspberry.
Yeah, black-cap raspberries.
Those left over from last year. We didn't
to
transplant. That was a tip root of the black-cap raspberry.
We've got a few watermelons here, but they're not getting quite enough sun, so we'll see how they do. Then again,
Corn down the middle.
corn, squash, nasturtiums.
These squash leaves are getting big.
They are. Look how big that leaf is there on that squash.
I know.
Doing great. This is kind of a trellis bed.
Yeah, and on this one, same thing. We've got the corn and nasturtiums. I did tuck in some daikon radishes, and there's cucumber on one end, and we're trying a new variety of squash, Italiano or something like that. It's a squash that can be either for summer, or if you let it go long enough, it becomes a storable winter squash, and it's got a long neck, big old C shape, so that'll be a fun one to try this year. And then some beans as well on either end.
On the ends.
On the ends. And these are a new variety.
And is that what this thing's for, is for the beans?
No, actually the beans, these are purple teepee beans, and they're a bush variety. The trellis is for the squash and cucumbers. All right, thank you so much for joining us on the tour today. We hope you enjoyed it. And leave a comment below, let us know what you're growing. We would love to hear as we go through the summer. Looking forward to sharing some of the harvest with you. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And remember, whatever you do it with your whole heart.
What you so excited about, Biddle-boo? Huh? What you so excited about, huh, Sweetums? She had some, well, we all had some homemade ice cream, and then Mommy made homemade chocolate sauce and raspberry sauce to go on it. Oh my goodness. Was it good, Nene Bug?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Wasn't it ever, huh? Quite the treat Mommy made for us.
Yeah.
And there's still a pretty good bit of it on Biddle-boo's face.